Hello, everybody. Whoa, it's me. It's Chuckles501. I know. You've got a whole restream of me, and you know that I love being the center of attention. So this is my dream. We've got the SpeedGaming Summer Series here with Ocarina of Time randomizer. We got the quarterfinals between Ink and Koari. Interesting matchup. I think if you would say, okay, who's going to kind of go far in this tournament? I don't think many people would have had a lot of money on these two, and they would have been fools because these two have been grinders in the community for a while now. I think Koari might have been here even before me in the early season days, and Ink's been around for a couple of years. Both of these are runners that have had good kind of runs in tournaments and things like that. Especially Koari in SpeedGaming series. This is kind of his best kind of tournament series. And Ink made the main tournament last season, the top 32 tournament. I think it was knocked out pretty early, but even just getting to the top 32 is pretty good. We're just waiting for everyone to get going here. For those who haven't watched Ocarina of Time Randomizer before, where have you been? We've been here years. It's been a long time since we've been doing this. As we're entering passwords now and just getting the countdown going. We need to collect 3 spiritual stones and the Shadow and the Spirit Medallion to be able to get into Ganon's castle to kill Ganon. And then we need to get the light arrows to kill Ganon as well. So here we go. We've got a ton of dungeons that we've just seen where the dungeons are and what medallions they are going to get. We're going to get some foolishes here. Bottom of the well, outside Ganon's castle, Lake Hylia, and Goron City. Anybody who knows anything about me playing this game, I don't pay attention to foolish hints. I will read them and then I will forget about them. So me being on my own, that is definitely going to happen multiple times. So please, for all that is good and holy, please remind me if something is foolish. But was that bottom of the well? Did it say bottom of the well is foolish? That's a big side dungeon area that we're not going to be going into. Decent strat from Ink here. Shields are really important. We love a shield. And you can buy a shield in Kakariko for 80 rupees, and Ink is going to go and collect 80 rupees here. To be able to buy one. Koari is going to be tilted for the rest of the season because this is not a good start. Going into the river and then side hopping back into the river. I don't think I've seen that before. That's actually quite impressive. But nevertheless, he is in Kak first. We're going to head to Kakariko Village. Picking up songs are really kind of important in this game. And songs are on song locations. So we pick up the windmill song that is in vanilla Song of Storms. But it's going to be a randomized song here. There's also a bunch of checks, including this one. This is Mountain Roof. And there's a bomb bag. Okay, if you want to have an item that opens up a seed very early and very broad, then the bomb bag is the one. So that's going to really open up the seed. Graveyard to Morpher. We have pack hints here in Ocarina of Time Randomizer, and that is basically saying that something in the graveyard is going to be it's Baronade, wasn't it? It wasn't Morpher, it was Baronade. Something in the graveyard is going to be needed to beat Baronade. So it could be a letter to get into Zora's Fountain. It could be a boomerang, could be something else. ZL is a great song, great early song. Bombag and ZL early? Like, bro, that's just like a runner's dream if you want to really kind of open the seed, like a non-linear seed. That's going to get us a lot of stuff. And it's also helpful here in Graveyard because the Sun's Grave requires the ZL. for us to pick up that song. Ink is just checking his dungeon. So picking up the bomb bag basically means we can destroy the whole of Dodonga's Cavern. So he's just checking whether we need to do Dodonga's Cavern. And we do need to do Dodonga's Cavern. Because it's the purple medallion, it's the shadow medallion. So don't be surprised if you see the runners clear up this graveyard and Kakariko village and then head into Dodonga's Cavern. So like I said, quite a nice little start there. Doing this adult cat route, heading into Donga's Cavern. It's going to be a medallion. We're going to have a medallion by like 15 minutes in. So that's pretty chill. How's everyone doing? How's chat? I know it's a lot going on to start off with, but hopefully we'll be able to calm down once the runners head into Dodonga's Cavern. We were having a good day. I know the people in the America lands are still probably hard at work, whereas us Europeans are just chilling at the moment. Okay, bit of a difference in routing here. Not really going to be too much of a concern, considering we're going back into the Dodonga's Cavern. But Koari went to the grave first, and Ink did this first. It literally doesn't. Okay, Saria song on Koari's side. Like, okay, all right. That's Saria song doesn't really do much. It's logical access to adult Sacred Forest Meadow, and 2 checks. So it's not too bad. Watching during your lunch break in Canada, amazing. That is great to hear. Oh wow, look at this. And then we've got light arrows and Ruto's letter. So we know that graveyard was after Baronade, and it's going to be for that Ruto's letter. So that makes sense. Yeah, I hope things are okay in Canada. I hope the weather is improving. I hope it's less snowy and cold now. We're heading into June. Classic me being British and talking about the weather in a different country. The sun is out here. So after a bit of rain today. What are the Foolish Hints? Bottom of the Well, Goron City, Lake Hylia, and outside Ganon's Castle. Oh my god, I actually remembered. I actually remembered that. That's really. I've done well there. If this was me running, I would have completely forgotten that by now. Yeah, so Well being Foolish is really interesting. It's a big side dungeon. Lake and Goron City Foolish, absolutely. They are 2 huge overworld areas that both have adult and child checks. So that really makes it quite nice. And then outside Ganon's Castle is trash because you need 3 strengths to do the singular check there, and it's very likely going to be nothing. Okay, with the early bomb bag, Koari is going to be heading back into CAC to finish off the checks here before going back into Dodonga's Tavern to complete that. Big Goron Sword, we like to say that we like to say that saves about 30 minutes of time, because the Big Goron Sword is so powerful. So this game has Sculptures, and collecting Sculptures gets rewards. 20 Sculptures gives you a bow, and 30 Sculptures gives you a hook shot. That's really impressive. Like, the likelihood of one of those items, 20 and 30, being an item that you need is not likely, not super likely. The fact that it's a bow on 20 and a 30 hook shot is really impressive. Like, we actually know where a lot of our items for this seed are going to be now. So a lot of progression, a lot of kind of areas that we can clear with those items. So wow, that's a lot of information. thing we should mention, like I said, we need to collect the 3 spiritual stones, which are Jabu, Forest, and Spirit, and the Shadow and Spirit medallion, which is DC and Deku. The water medallion is what we call pre-completed. It means that we already have the reward for that. And are you going to die here? Oh, okay, he threw it. All right. So, and that means there'll be nothing in the water temple, which is the yellow medallion, which is pre-completed. We also start with the green medallion, which is just what we call the Link's Pocket medallion or the Temple of Time medallion, because you get that for free without completing a dungeon in the game. All right, Dodonga's Cavern. There are checks in here. There are, like 7 checks in this area? They are all items. There are no small keys. So it is a really, really good area to do quite early on. Desert Colossus is on the path of Twin Rover. Okay. We know the Desert Colossus has 2 item checks and 1 song check. Twin Rover paths sometimes can lead toward the Requiem of Spirit. Because if there's a key on the child side of Spirit Temple, then it is logically required. As we pick up Silver Scale here. That would mean that we would definitely need to cross the desert like you do in the vanilla game. Rather than just having Requiem and just warp into the Desert Colossus. That would mean crossing. But it could be something else. Could be the Mirror Shield. Could be a Strength. We'll just have to wait and see when we pick up the Requiem Spirit. So Koari and Inca are doing 2 different routes. This back end of the dungeon that Ink is currently doing has 2 Sculptures. And we know that we need Sculptures. So he's really kind of prioritizing those Sculptures, and Koari has said those 2 Sculptures are too slow, and so he's not doing them. And when I say these Sculptures are slow, just look at what Ink is doing at the moment. He is pushing an Armos statue over to this ledge where one of the Sculptures is. A regular player would be, or a regular casual player would get this using the Scarecrow with the hook shot. And Ink is crazy, and he's using an Armos to push this. This is some time. One of the things is that you have a 30 hook shot, and there are a lot of Sculptures locked behind hook shots, or locked behind a hook shot. So that might be in his mindset that he may not even pick up another hook shot, and so he's trying to do these very quickly. But yeah, as Diesler said, this is really slow. And to get it to 20 and 30 Sculptures isn't overly difficult. There are 100 Sculptures in the game. So that's a decision, and that's just going to put him further behind in the Dodonga's Cavern. So whilst they're basically high-fiving now, these 2 runners, Ink still needs to go through the bottom half of the dungeon, and Koari is entering the statue mouth to go towards the boss. We'll see if Koari goes for this back skull here. This is quite a nice skull to go and pick up. It's not overly tedious to go and get. Yeah, and he is choosing to go and get this skull. So Koari will be on 3 skulls after this. I can't remember if Ink picked up the DMT skull, but he will be 2 skulls more than Koari following the dungeon completion. And then it's going to be a decision after this where the runners go. So we know Goron City is foolish. So climbing to go into Goron City is maybe not the move I would do. You can't pick up the Bolero song in Death Mountain Crater. You would basically be doing it to go into Lost Woods and into Adult Sacred Forest Meadow to pick up the Forest song, what is normally the Minuet of Forest. Oh, that's a long walk as adult. There are Lost Woods checks you can do on the way. You can do Midas House, but you could also just do those as child. So yeah, not completely convinced on going up the mountain. I think the sensible step would be just to play Prelude and turn child and start doing child checks. I think that would be the safer of the options, and I think the most consistently winning strategy. Though doing the hike to SFM might come out good if you pick up something like Requiem or even like Minuet. All right, King Zongo. I know I said the big Goron sword saves 30 minutes, but it saves 0 minutes versus King Dodongo. Even though the jump slash will go over the damage value that is needed to beat King Dodongo, you still need to hit him twice. Okay, it was just the silver scale in here, but that's fine. We needed to beat this dungeon, so it's no time loss. And there are sculptures in here, so yeah, no worries about that. Koari is buying a shield, which makes sense. Oh, okay. So Koari showing me up here. He is going up the mountain. I think this strat is fine if you can pick up the Bolero song as well. Those two songs together could be quite powerful. Just going up here to Baron Dawn City. Oh, okay. That was a big chest hit. Okay, I didn't see that. I didn't see that. All right. Okay. Okay. That's fair. Fair enough. Oh, and he is continuing. Yeah, you're kind of halfway up there now. Yeah. All right. Knowing that is a big chest. Does this strat work with the big one sword? We're gonna find out. What Koari is doing here is there's a sculpture behind this red rock that you need the hammer to. Oh, it does work with the big one sword. There we go. So there's a sculpture behind that red rock. You need a hammer to break it. But there's some interesting shenanigans that happens when you jump slash with Link's model and how he interacts with items. And jump slashing into that rock at a specific angle allows you to pick up the gold sculpture. Because OOT is a very well coded game. We'll see that strat maybe a little bit later on in a more obvious position if we head into Ice Cavern. Link the Goron being his normal butthole self. And isn't playing game. Interesting, they're both Played Sun Song here. Very good memory that they have Sun Song. They started with it as one of the songs. Yeah, there's something I learned today that this works with the big Koran sword. So, yeah. The more you know. You can kind of see how much, like, missing this Goron a couple of times, how much time that's kind of lost Koari. Ing is now aligned. What a good idea. So I think go into, yeah, he's gonna pick up this hint. When you enter this room, there's a hint stone in here where the Medigoron is. Bottom of Zora's Fountain is the Iron Boots? No way. No, that's not. Read that again. Somebody read that again. Like, my eyes are good, but I don't know, like, on this tiny, tiny screen that I'm watching this on. Like, bottom of Zora's Fountain is the Iron Boots? So, hold on, let's like do these checks, and then I'll kind of explain that in a little bit more detail. Was that a stick? I have no idea what that was there on that wall. Again, rolling into walls allows you to see through them. It's a very well coded game. So, one of the settings we've not discussed about that is on is that the condition all locations reachable is not on, as a value is into dead. So the logic is set to required only, also known as beatable only. It basically means that you don't need to have the ability to access every check in the game. The game can lock itself only to what is required. There's a magic on top of that, I think, well, on the top of the volcano. HBA has a wallet. Okay. And that basically means that you can get some items in really weird locations. So the bottom of Zora's Fountain can only be accessed with the Iron Boots, and the Iron Boots are there. So that makes it really interesting. We are never picking up the Iron Boots. Water Temple is completed, so that's not very interesting. But the Iron Boots can help us in some other situations as well. Yeah, toilet, things like Tech-like Grotto. Oh, there's a strength there. Okay, that's kind of helpful. Yeah, reading that again, just double checking. Koari actually found the second hint stone for that. It was a Deku stick. But yeah, Bombasaurus Mountain has Iron Boots. That's fun. That's exciting. I enjoy that. So the strength is pretty good. Inka's just going to get the strength now. It's in this DMT. DMT Fairy or Death Mountain Trail Fairy. Knowing that the bow is on 20 and the hookshot is on 30, we could complete the Forest Temple if we got up to 30 schools. 30 schools with our current arsenal we have. Not the Goonas, but arsenal in terms of items. Lost was to Baronade. Ooh, okay. It's actually quite difficult. We'd have to hand the letter in to pick up an empty bottle. So I'm probably going to say is like when it's near possible, but still. Okay, so both runners are heading into Lost Woods. So if you're making this journey, this is definitely the option you're going to want to take. You also probably want to head into Mido's house at some point as well, because this is right by Kokiri Forest. Koari is after rupees to give 40 rupees to this scrub. That's in this grotto here. Jabu's belly is on the path of Queen Goma. Okay. So probably the Koari sword is in Jabu. Okay. Fine. We're happy with that question mark. Have to do kind of one of my favorite things, and actually, something that Ink likes to do as well is going into Jabu and doing the Jabu checks with no boomerang. That seems like an option. So both runners did that section of Lost Woods very differently. As we read hints that we've already seen. HBA. Big Pose is dead. Yeah, so Koari played Saria's song, which is the vanilla intended strat to move Mido out of the way. Ink did something called Mido Skip. Ink is Ink is tiny, that is true. But Mido is also tiny. And one of the advantages of Mido being tiny is that you can backflip over him. Nocturne here. Frog 2 is dead. I know Frog singing, or an intensive frog singing, I should say today. Yeah, Nocturne. So Nocturne gets us over to the Shadow Temple entrance. Shadow isn't a required dungeon to beat the game today, but we might need to go into Shadow Temple at some point for the items. Oh, there's a wait. Did Link go into Koari Forest but then didn't do the checks in Mido House? Because that's a strength in Mido's house. So that is strength 2, the Silver Gauntlets. Alright, okay. Strength 2 gives us access to adult side Spirit Temple. But we don't have any way to get there at the moment. We don't have a hook shot, we don't have opponents. Oh, this is really interesting. This is using the scale to escape the forest via the shortcut to Zora's River. I don't know what I think of this. I don't mind it. Ice Cavern to Spin Rover. Well, you're going to Ice Cavern then, aren't you? I'm saying I don't mind this because you want to hand in the letter as child, so you want to come up here as child. I think this is just walking steps that you're going to be walking in the near future anyway. But the other argument could be that you pick up Serenade and then you go through like I don't know. That's Shadow Trial. The second check in Shadow Trial is dead. That's the Skull Mask is dead. Benefit is that you pick up the hints from Koari early, so now he knows that Ice Cavern is needed. I guess it was quick. I guess that was really quick, wasn't it? That wasn't too long. Yeah. Okay. Don't mind that. Don't mind that. Okay, both runners are now children. That was a 27 minutes adult section. Pretty long adult one. But we did a medallion, we did a dungeon, we did a bit of walking. Very, very similar routes. Just some minor deviances at the moment. Pretty much all similar. Koari gonna have a little bit of a problem here in Child Market in that he's only got 28 rupees. Which means he can't do currently the bomb tube bowling game that requires 60 to do both checks. Ink's kind of strategy of picking up a shield really early meant he could pick up rupees into Dongo's Cavern and make his rupee collection really quite easy. And I 5 in here and I'll choose him. Pretty chill. Koari's going to farm some more rupees. But there's only like 3 rupees there. and Ink's going to play quite a nice strat. There's 20 rupees in this box. Nice. Very kind of good use of the world there from Ink. That's a Megaton Hammer. Fire is... Wow, that first one hit? Really? Alright, okay. Just watching Ink is just like... using vanilla strengths for this? Like, okay. There is like a setup you can do for this. Ink is about to do it now to hit this third one. Where you take damage and you hold Z. Or Z, whatever. And then you can get an angle, which is a pretty effective angle for all different options of where that could be. Oof, wow. Huge rupee after that. Hugo Rupee. So Koari probably he may decide to farm the rupees on the bridge to do that. Look at the back walking. That's so funny. Okay. I've never seen that before. That's all right. That's pretty swagging. Okay, you can have that one. Oh, another bottle. Okay, so now we don't need to hand in the letter to be able to get the soil patch skulls to pick up 20 and 30 rupees. Hog. That's a nice little thing to get. Oh, Koari, bro, you're gonna need 12 more rupees. And after all of this, Ink is now ahead. So, all right. So, literally, this has all been decided through that first, like, 10 seconds when Koari went into the river and Ink decided to pick up rupees. And now, like, they're pretty even. Like, Koari's done river, like, it's pretty even. Hello, how's the seed going? It's pretty good. We picked up an early bomb bag. So we did Dongo's Cavern in Adult 1. We climbed the mountain. But nothing too much happened. A couple of strengths. Ink hasn't gone into Mido's house yet to pick up the second strength. He'll get that in a bit. 20 is a bow, 30 is a hook shot. So Skull Mania today. Ah, it's the hover boots. Nice. So yeah, we're really picking up the items. This is going to be a bit of a rush to get those 20 and 30 skulls. But what do we still need after that? The boomerang, Kokiri sword, but we think the Kokiri sword's in Jabu because we've got a Jabu Path to Goma hint. We've also got 2 Twin Rover hints. One's in Ice Cavern, one's in Desert Colossus. So I'm going to say the Ice Cavern one is the Mirror Shield, and the Colossus one is Requiem for hard or logical child side to get a key. Cocks galore here, as Koari has a single cock and Ink has multiple cocks. Both of these runners struggling with this middle one, which is interesting. it's the same setup as you would do for the other ones. You just need to stand in a slightly different position. But Koari's got it. So there we go. Koari's got the hammer. So that's chill. Yeah, did we pick up a second Baronade hint? Did I make up seeing that we saw a second Baronade hint? We had Graveyard to Baronade, and then did we see another? We saw Ice Twin Rover, Colossus Twin Rover. We saw Graveyard to Baronade. We saw Jabu to Goma. Oh, I'm pretty sure we saw another Baronade somewhere in my mind. No, pass. Can't remember. So we're missing the boomerang, and honestly, like, with the hints that we got, like, we could be near go mode. Like, if the hints play nice to us, we could be in go mode. KLO, we also saw a really nice beatable only moment in the seed with the Zora's Fountain, bottom of Zora's Fountain having the iron boots. It's the hover boots! Yeah, so I don't think the seed is I'm gonna put it out there. I don't think the seed is going to be lasting longer than 140. I'm saying sub 140. This seed is going to be. Very nice from Ink here. But there's some bugs in this soil patch boss woods. So with the bottle and being child, gonna pick up some pretty good scores. Did he save quit and somehow end up here? I'm assuming he saved quit and we ended up in Lost Woods. Child spawn is random, whilst adult spawn is fixed to be the Temple of Time. I'm not saying it's a jet. I didn't say that. I just said it's going to be done in 140. Whether one considers that a jet or not, I don't know. Screw it. It's a jet. Who cares? It's a jet. To be fair, it's the SpeedGaming Summer Series 2026 Ocarina of Time settings. Every seed's a jet. I don't think I've seen a single seed go over like 230 yet. Oh, that was Minuet. Okay, so Minuet there. I'm assuming we might have played Minuet. Maybe not. We'll wait and see. Need to pay a little bit more attention to the Oh, there's the boomerang. Oh yeah, it was Lost Woods to Baronade. Okay, there we go. So that was the one that we've remembered. Honestly, we could be in go mode. We now could be in go mode. So we need a boomerang, which we've got. Well, we just got the bow, 20 schools. Hookshot, 30 schools. That's Forest done. Okay. 2 strengths. Ink just needs to plop his shoes into Mario's house. The Goma hint is Jabu, and we need to do Jabu anyway, so we're going to walk into the Goma hint, which is probably the Kokiri sword, to do Deku. Ice Cavern, Twin Rover, I think is the Mirror Shield, and Desert Colossus to Twin Rover is Requiem. Is my prediction. Yeah, and the Rang makes nice, and getting those schools. B1 skip is in logic, so it's not going to be a slingshot. Absolutely. So Ink is actually like still doing checks for strength 2 at this moment. He's going to not read that hint. Don't bother. Just running. Run. on, look at it go! It's a rocket! Made the gossip. I want to know who in the development team of Ocarina of Time made the gossip stones into rockets. Do you think Kairox? Oh yeah, we need a magic. We already know where a magic is though. A magic was on the DMC volcano. Let's make Kairox make those like rocket gossip stones like controllable. I want to be able to control one. Like it sets off and then I can use the control stick and I can fly it about. Yeah, so that's just Tears of the Kingdom, yeah. It could be done. It could just be a race to the finish. Um, am I missing anything? Anybody? Am I missing anything else? Like, surely this is just a bum rush now. Yeah, Desert Colossus. Yeah. Oh, look, there's a scale. Go scale. Oh, don't need that. Yeah, Ice and Colossus, which I think is Mirror and Requiem. That's my predictions. I mean, we've got like every other item. Oh yeah, Ice could be Requiem. Yeah, okay. So it's one of the it's yeah, okay. So whatever way around it could be. One of them's going to be Requiem, one of them's going to be Mirror Shield, and then. So this is Ink. This backwalking angle is to River. Yeah, this is going to be just really nice to pick up some schools. Might be annoying age change wise, like going to Ice and having to go Child back to do the Child side Spirit potentially. This is Boomerang for Koari. Unfortunately, this game is quite difficult. At least we only have to do 5 notes instead of 8. Yeah, it could be strength that leads to mirror, like, but yeah, there's like kind of like almost like nothing in the seed that can even really bait us much. I get well. You're saying long shot could be long shot for Spirit Key logic. That's alright. Yeah, yeah, could be long shot for Spirit Key logic. That would be ass. That would be proper ass. I would be proper match. Okay, so Koari is catching up a little bit. He did River as adult, and so he didn't need to come to River through the backside. But he will miss out on school at the bottom. Let's see how many schools Koari's going to have after this. This is going to be quite important. 11. 11 schools. So still 19 more needed. It's actually making Ink picking up those 2 schools early like look like a proper big brain move at this point. Yeah, I think the only baity thing might be like, and that doesn't lead to something obvious, is like long shot for Spirit Key logic. That would be bum. That would be proper bum. Welcome in, CMT. Welcome to Ocarina of Time Randomizer. And anybody else not watching at the moment, this is the quarter final stages of this tournament. And this is Ink versus Koari. There we go. Oh, there's Ink's knowledge that Ice Cavern now has path to Twin Rover, so he's going to be very, very happy with that. That he's picked that up. Oh, I didn't just miss that what that number was there, but we'll see it again soon. What? What's what's wrong with Ink? Is he soft locked? Ink is soft. What? What has happened? Huh? Huh? Ink has soft locked himself. No fucking way. Sorry. No way. No way. That's so funny. Not for Ink, of course. He needs to save. When did he last save? Ah, okay. This is. Wait, somebody get the FBA document out. This is not FBA-able, right? This is not FBA-able. This is a known soft lock, so this is not FBA-able. So there is a what I mean by FPA is FPA stands for Fair Play Agreement, and in certain circumstances that are unavoidable, you can get back 15 minutes of time to recover yourself. For like a crash that is unavoidable. There are known soft locks that are not eligible for the fair play agreement. He could be. Oh, where is he going to be? This is all right. This is child. He saved quit after Lon Lon Ranch, so this is fine. This is going to be okay. He knows where these items are. He knows he needs to do Midos. He has to pick up the schools. That's a bit annoying. Wow, what even happened there? He did he try and like use a bottle in the ladder climbing cutscene? So I saw him pause, and then it looked like he was jumping off the ladder. Did he? I don't know. That's kind of like, I don't know. Did he? I don't know if anybody in the race room has seen whether he FBA'd or not. Like, I don't know. I would like a race mod to review that. I know under the stricter senses of the FBA document, that wouldn't be FBA'able. That's a weird one. Like, because normally you see that in Dodongo's Cavern. So in Dodongo's Cavern, you can use bomb shoes to blow up the eyes, and of course, when you hit an eye with an explosive, it makes like a little cutscene. And if you climb a ladder during that, it's a known soft lock. That is a version of that I've never seen before. I think Koari will pause. Okay, well, this is going to win the FPA kind of thing. Like, I think all FPAing should be asynchronous. That's just my opinion, anyway. Yeah, this is an interesting circumstance. I think there's an argument that it's like a new version of that we've not seen before, but it's also like in the soft lock documents. So I can imagine it being not allowed. So then now we have to like basically if it's not allowed, he'll have the Koari's time that he's paused for will be taken off this final time. Also, Inka's got to make sure he picks up the. Actually, it won't matter if the FPA doesn't get allowed, but if the FPA did get allowed, he has to pick up the correct Sculptulas. If he picks up a different Sculptula, then the FPA is void at the point he picks up that extra Sculptula. You did it as a kid in domain with a diving game timer. That's impressive. That's really impressive. Yeah, and I think I'm well, my kind of direction in like the game rules and stuff like that is that I am a lot like a bit more flexible in allowing these kind of things. Uh, Whereas I don't know. I don't know if it's like clearly outlined whether you could allow it. I think even that might be a bit of a stretch for me to allow it. Yeah. Yeah, if it's quite broad as like starting a cutscene in the climbing animation, then that covers a lot of circumstances. It's a known soft lock. I doubt that would be covered. I'm going to put that under doubtful. Understandable that Ink did call FPA because that's an awkward one, and I think it's better to announce the FPA rather than not announce the FPA. Yeah, Koari, I think he started his FPA about 47 on the time, maybe a bit, maybe different. I don't know. When was the last time any of us read the FPA document? Well, as an organizer, I read it quite often. So Mel, as a most recent tournament organizer, probably has read it quite often. Actually, when I first properly read the document was when in one of my league matches I got the Anju soft lock um, by the chicken hitting the pen at the same time you speak to Anju and you soft lock Anju. Um, and I remember like my FPA being declined for that because that was in the soft lock document. So there we go. Yeah, I think that's like in the. I know we used to put it in the league rules. I don't know whether other people put it in their rules or not, but like, I think it's on 17 schools. By the way, Ink is definitely now like ahead, of course, because he's now climbed the ladder effectively. So we should see Koari heading off again. Um, I don't know. Like I'm not looking at the race time room, so I don't know when Koari is going to be starting again. Obviously, this match, for those who are unaware, is occurring 15 minutes in the past, and there is a 15-minute delay, which also makes these kind of things even more complicated for everybody involved. Um, so I don't know. I just think we should go to complete asynchronous FPA. I don't really understand why we need to um, have people aligned awkwardly in restreams. Yeah, that's my opinion. Oh yeah, we had this whole issue with a controller thing years ago, didn't we? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so Ink is going to go into Jabu, which is path to Goma. Um, that might be not far, and I think. Oh, that's okay. Cool. Yeah, probably the Kokiri we're going to find. So this will be another dungeon for us. Oh, remember when I said this was going to be done in 1 hour, 40 minutes? Well, probably not. So one of the settings that is on in this tournament settings is that we don't need to carry Ruto up the first floor, which is why Ink has come down here to pick up the Sculpture on the bottom floor. He's save quitting here. I don't think this is quick. He is on emulator though, and emulator has a quicker restart than PC. Koari is going again. Woo, Koari. He's picking up some scores before heading into Javu. Which is fair enough. Ink is around 20 or is on 20 now. Yeah, Koari's still checking hints. Even though with the information he's got available, he should have an idea that he might just be in go mode. But of course, you don't know until you pick up the items. Yeah, so Koari decided to. It was hinted that Domain had a magic. We know where the other magic meter is. It's in DMC, but I think Ink is kind of basically saying he is going to go and pick up that magic instead. But he doesn't have Bolero yet, so it might be a bit of a awkward trek back to back there. I think I would have been happy to accept to do the diving game. It's not overly slow, rather than potentially tracking back from Minuet to pick up the second magic, especially when fire isn't a needed dungeon. Yeah, Ink is definitely a non-domain doer. So yeah, he is. He is thinking that he's just gonna get that other magic. Benefit of getting the magic now is that Koari is going to show us the FW strats. So instead of killing the last enemies in the last tentacle room, he'll use FW to get back to the main lobby. And it saves some time. I still don't know how much time it does save. And I'm actually doubtful it saves a lot of time. But just by feel, I can sense it does like save time. We're seeing double Jabu. Double Jabu, no item. We didn't even see an item yet, so something is on Baronade. Very nice final tentacle room from Ink there, though. That's harder than it looks. No, Kalo, bow is 20, magic is domain diving and the DMC volcano. And we have the Hover Boots. Benefit of using the FW strat, you don't need to carry Ruto about. And this these sets of rooms and corridors are so much quicker rolling than either straight walking or back walking with Russo. That's okay, KLO. I'm here to help. But why Princess Rudo? I love this. It's just turned into a Chuckles 501 stream. So this is going to be the difference in strats we're going to see here now. Koari is now going to use FW. It saves killing those thingamabobbies. And also it saves the cutscene of the door opening. And like rolling around is really, really helpful in those rooms. Okay, so Koari is going to be on 14 plus 2 more schools in Jabu. He'll be on 16 schools. He wants more schools, definitely. Problem with going to ice without a hookshot is that you can't get the schools in Ice Cavern. But 30 schools is the highest amount, so you're always going to be without a hookshot. You're seeing Ink pick up a box here to put on this blue switch. That is the safe method of doing that segment. You can do quite a precise roll to roll into the door and open the door before it closes again. We call that box skip. And it's for Chads only. Ink is on 21 schools, so is definitely in a bit more of a comfortable position school-wise. Ink might also decide to pick up these 2 schools in Fountain as well before leaving. What's interesting is I don't think Ink picked up Storms in his FBA. He definitely did get Storms. Oh, Ink has run out of sticks. Oh no. Oh my god, he threw a pot! He did the pot strat! Oh, holy shit! And Koari is box skipping! What is going on? These gamers are gaming. Let's go! Wow! There is the Kokiri sword as predicted. Holy moly. A pot strat Baronade. A box skip from Koari. What is going on? This is great. Yeah, Baronade loves to be in awkward positions. That was brilliant. I really, really enjoyed that. You don't normally see people killing Baronade with a pot. That's a little bit out of the ordinary. Alright, that'd be Koari picking up the Kokiri sword. Actually, kind of ironic that Ink ran out of stinks. He ran out of stinks. Wait, was that a strength in Haunted Wasteland? Haunted Wasteland strength. Okay. Yeah, Ink ran out of sticks and then picked up a Koari sword, which would have been quite helpful to kill Baronade with. So that's quite funny. Okay. Ink and Koari back level. In terms of rewards. And level in terms of like items as well. So okay, Ink now picking up storms. So he has got the storms again. And Koari hitting 17 schools. So he's about, what, 5 schools behind? Oh, a slingshot, not a strength. Okay, alright, that's fine. Slingshots are different than strengths. Ink equipping his 0 sticks. Just in case. Hey, we all laugh at me running out of sticks, but like Ink is just as bad. Alright. He's just as bad. He's not gonna lose the seed because of it though. He's gonna lose the seed because he tried to pull a tried to pull some bugs out one time in a bottle. That's even climbing a bottle. Climbing a ladder with a bottle. Okay, Deku Tree. Uh, we're gonna talk. I know we're gonna do this. We're gonna talk path priority. If this is something that you're not interested in hearing about, then please go and watch a different channel for the next 45 seconds. But for those delighted with the idea of path priority, then you can continue listening. Jabu is path to Goma. Goma is a bosky condition, so it's a lower priority. That means that the Koari sword is not on the path list for the higher priority rewards, which are Spirit, Forest, and Jabu. That means that the Koari sword cannot lock any items needed to help us out with Spirit Temple, Forest Temple, or Jabu. So basically, what that means, the TLDR, everybody who's returned to us back here, the Deku Tree doesn't have anything that we need. So there we go. That's all you need. Out of all of that information, all you need to know is that the Koari sword does not lock any items required for the Spirit Temple. Hard required. Do a podcast episode. Well, talking. Well, that's a good idea. You also don't have a Deku stick for this thing. You're in trouble here. Yeah, that's a good question. The podcast. There is a Ocarina of Time randomizer podcast. It's called the Gossip Stone Podcast, and you can find it over on the OOTR. No, there we go. It's over on the OOTR website. It is hosted by me, Emo Soda, and Jimbo. We talk everything about the Ocarina of Time randomizer, competitive scene, and other things of interest towards the community. You should go and check it out if you haven't already. It's a good hoot. We have a good laugh, and it's completely like independent. We don't make any money from it or whatever. We can talk about whatever we want. Extremely helpful with the schools. Ink on 27 schools. That is really impressive. Koari's going to be checking these hints. He's still wanting to pick up on these hints, even though I'm pretty confident that we are actually in go mode. I think if there was a way to describe me, Emo and Jimbo, I think late 60s is probably a good shout. Koari also has 0 sticks. Let's see if Koari is going to grasp the path priority here and skip all these checks. He is. Okay, Koari, well done to him. He may still go into the slingshot room because there is a skull in there, so we can't be too critical of that. Because it is actually helpful. For the Sculpture. We need all the Sculptures we can get. That's another dungeon done, so that's 3 dungeons done. An hour and 9 in. We need to do the Forest Temple and we need to do the Spirit Temple. We currently can't do either. We'd have a hookshot, we have a bow. We know where the hookshot and the bow is, though. We just need a few more skulls. Alright, some more cheeky skulls here. Koari on 23 following this one. You know what? The runners could go into the back room and get the back skull. I would actually be I'd actually be pro getting that back skull. They both didn't get it though. Interesting. Ink is right. Oh, do you know what? They haven't actually got the child back skulls yet, so Ink is going to be flying through this. He's on 28. Did they pick up beans? I'm going to say I saw runners, or at some point I did see beans being purchased. Whether Ink did it a second time. Koari definitely has a bean in his start menu. Next time Ink presses start, we can check if he's got a bean too. So yeah, the assumption is that the Requiem is in one of the 2 path locations and the Mirror Shield is in the other location. And yeah, this is it. This is going to be 30. So 30 schools. And we have our boat. Not here. Our bow. And our hookshot. Voila! The next choice, an option to do, is very, very easy. It is going to be the Forest Temple. So we'll see Minuet here from Ink. And he'll then do the Forest Temple. What is going to be interesting is that I'm kind of saying, like, we're in go mode, we're in go mode. Is whether we need to cross the Gerudo Valley. Oh, bros! Bros. My bros and broettes. What if Ice Cavern is the horse to cross the gap? And Requiem is Colossus. What if it's just horse bait? Need to send opponents to the glue factory. That would mean we have a mirror shield hunt. And it literally could be anywhere. Now that would be Moncaress. That's a significant possibility. It would also mean that the long shot has to be behind the horse if it's Ice has horse. So yeah, huge Monka S potential there. Koari is one thing that Koari is actually really good at the game is kind of like his ability to kind of like do tricks, like his kind of skill level of doing tricks and things like that, like his execution in those elements. So I would suspect that Koari could do it. We know Ink can do it. It just took him 3 times in the last race that we watched him. He has this weird setup of doing it where he like side hops into the water. Basically, it's the only way to describe it. Yeah, it's a proper hipster setup. I've seen there. The classic setup is the Scooch setup, not the 2005 Eurovision song from the United Kingdom, "Flying the Flag" by Scooch. No, I'm talking about the Shield Scooch setup. Exodus didn't do that strat. Ink didn't do that strat, and I just think the Scooch setup is the best one. I also said 2005 UK Eurovision. That was actually just a guess. I don't know if that's correct or not. Might need fact check that. It feels early noughties. Let's see what this Colossus song is. Okay, the Colossus song, the DMC song. The DMC song is horse. So Ink won't be doing hookshot extensions though. Yo, Natharian. Yeah, the trick can be quite punishing, failing the Gerudo hook extension, because you just plop into the water and the long way up is getting back can be long. Especially if the iron boots are in the Zora's Fountain. Bottom of Zora's Fountain. Because then you can't drown yourself. Alright, Ink is actually not doing Forest first. He's doing Ice. Okay. The only thing about doing Forest first is that if the hints are skewy, and the mirror shield is just randomly here, you could maybe avoid going to Ice. But who cares? Who cares either way? Oh, Koari's falling. Whoa. The Wolfo's just pushing Koari. This is not a good room. There we go. We do have the ice arrows, and Ink does have a bean as well, to answer the previous question about beans. Actually, maybe Ink is just saving us from double forest. That's what Ink's doing. Bless Ink. We would like to remind our viewers who have just joined us that this race probably isn't as close as what it looks like, because Ink called an FPA, which probably won't be allowed because he soft locks on a ladder, which is not covered under the FPA um, allowances. So I think it was about 8 minutes, I would like to say, of time that it probably won't be allowed. Okay, wow, I guess 8 minutes. 7 minutes 12 is a. I feel like I was pretty good there. Almost like I'm paying attention. Yeah, so now get ready to do some work after this match is over. I actually don't even know if that's a race mod decision or a tournament organizer decision. Yeah, that's a huge chunk of time for a jitty kind of seed. Oh, I like that. That was nice. Side hopping there, dodging, getting the some kind of animation cancel from the freeze. Like, that was really good. I like that. Koari is a forest temple. For people new to Ocarina of Time Randomizer, this is the most hated dungeon of all of the dungeons in the community because it's pretty much always the same. You have to do all of the areas, um, even if you're in go mode. It's pretty dull. The movement isn't very exciting. You just like shoot some pictures, kill some Stalfos, blah 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 blah. It's gonna get this. Oh, well done. Okay. Problem is that you don't want to be on that platform. Okay, see what this song is. We haven't seen the mirror shield here. Okay, this looks like it's going to be Requiem. Okay, so it's Ice Requiem. The remaining songs are Time, Bolero, Serenade. I doubt it's going to be Song of Time, especially because Toilet's dead and Water is pre-completed. Like, you don't need Song of Time anywhere. Let's have a look at what's on the Arch. We've got Arch, okay, and we've got Colossus Fairy. We can cross the Bolero gap. Not Bolero. Right? All those was very easy obtained. It's just the mirror shield here. Pause. Okay, that is the mirror shield. That is us in go mode on ink side. So inks and go. Ink is got to do um, This dungeon. Oh, look, there was a bow in Forest Temple. Wow, you need the 30 scores to pick up a hookshot anyway, so. Yeah, Ink needs to do 2 dungeons. He needs to do this dungeon. He needs to do Forest. Koari is halfway through Forest, but needs to do Ice Cavern. And there's also that 7 minutes and 12 seconds that needs to be accounted for as well. So I think we're with everything there. I think this is going to be Quarries to take. I think if it wasn't for the FPA time, like this could have been Inks. I think this is if we were saying this is like, you know, this is the game kind of thing. You know, as it is looking at it right now, Ink, Koari don't die. Yeah, you died. Okay. Do you have a fairy? You have a fairy as well. Yeah, if there was no FBA time, Ink is actually probably ahead. So it's a little bit sad that he's did do that screw up. Again, we can't for definite say that you know, the circumstance on that, whether it'll be allowed or not. Yeah, this was a really like linear seed. I think looking back through the seed, I think both runners went up the mountain, and I think you would have saved time not going up the mountain in adult one. You would have picked up a strength in. So like Quarry didn't go back up the mountain. I don't know. I don't know. I think this is a pretty simple seed. There's not really a lot to it. You know, the ordering is very, very, you know, it's like picking up those 30 schools as quickly as possible is the main thing that you need to account for. So this is just one of those seeds. Ink being a little bit more careful in his school collecting helped. Diligent. That's a good word. He was more diligent with his. That's definitely a word that isn't in my normal lexicon of words. Yeah, yeah. That's because I used to have to teach. I used to teach a lecture about language, so things like phonemes, morphemes, lexicon, all that stuff is in the brain somewhere. Yeah, it's all about how to swear. It's a swearing language. I hated it. Hated teaching that. Nice little swag strat there from Koari. Actually saves quite a bit of time, a good few seconds, by going on top of the falling ceiling there. Gotta get on the chest. You gotta get on the top of the fallen ceiling. You can't get on there too quickly because of like the void and the game thinks you're getting crushed. Blah 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 blah. Neighbors love. Ink is looking for the big chorus, the boss key. Ooh, I was going to say, you're pretty close there to getting smashed. You've only got 4 hearts, so be careful with that. Okay, Ink can do 2 checks here. Adult at the top, see if that's the boss key. Otherwise, he needs to make a decision on whether he is going to do the trick to light the torches in the map room and the sunblock room with the bow, or come back as child. He has Requiem and Prelude. Going back as child isn't too brutal. Koari is finishing off this forest temple. He's in the basement now. So he's gonna be on the tails. Wow, okay, so the bow is either fire source locked or child locked for the boss key. That's interesting. We do know that the Requiem is path. But it looks like the Requiem might be hard required unless Ink decides to do bow crap here. Bow crap is the affectionate name we give to the trick here of lighting the torches with just the bow with no fire arrows. Would inspire. Okay, he's going to put FW here so he can come back to this section of the dungeon easily. We'll see if we see this trick or not, or if he's just going to play Prelude. He's just going to play Prelude. I think that's a sensible option to take. On Koari side, he's there could be something in Koari's head that says, "I'm not going to go to ice. I'm just going to go and cross, and I'm going to try and avoid Requiem." The problem is that crossing manually is slow, and you may need the Requiem anyway. So he probably just goes and gets the Requiem. I would put that on like a 95% likelihood. Probably deciding that just like walking here is quicker than playing Minuet. I think it's pretty even. I don't feel bad in any way about this. Yeah, he could have gone to the Bolero check. He could have done. But he's not. the boss key here on? No, it's just Smoggy. So this is the Requiem isn't hard required. It's only logically required for a single small key. And that means using the bow trick in the fire torches rooms might have been enough. So Requiem, not hard required, but it is going to be significantly beneficial. Koari may also still think the Mirror Shield is just a nice cavern and Colossus is Requiem. We'll also see if Koari decides to do the bow crap method. Rather than going child. If he feels confident in doing it. Good job, Ink's got a stick to do this. Was there. Okay. So Ink will be a little bit miffed by that because this first room is significantly easier and quicker to do the bow trick, and he would have saved, all of this warping, age changing, doing the lower side. So he would have saved a good, I'd probably say 2 minutes. Yeah, Koari's rushing the song. Yeah, that's. That's the mood. That's the mood. I think I don't like it mainly because with the ice arrows, it's really quick. And you look like a little bit of a tit if the mirror shield is here. But if this is just like the horse, I don't know. But he is just kind of like playing it aggressive. He's just kind of like, you know what? I think this is going to be Requiem. I think the mirror shield is just going to be there, and I can avoid it. So yeah. Hey, welcome to. I'm going to butcher your name. It's either CJD or Smerged or it's something like that. But hello. Welcome to Ocarina of Time Randomizer. This is the SpeedGaming Summer Series. Where we've got some great Nintendo 3D Zelda action going on here. Going to the end of the run, we're actually in Ink on the left-hand side's in go mode. Koari is for like 20 seconds from being in go mode because he just needs to pick up this mirror shield. There was a fair play agreement called in this, which we don't know whether it will be accepted or not. So it looks close. It might not be close. So Koari is going to be picking up the mirror shield, and he is going to be vindicated in his decision to leave ice early, and he's off. He can go mode. So he just needs to do for a temple. You gonna fall off it, or how come I always fall off in those circumstances? I think didn't. I want to know, why is he better than me? I don't get it. Yeah, is Ink gonna do bow crap? We'll have to wait and see. That will save us some time in the long run. Ink has then got to do the whole of forest. Yeah, and I wouldn't be the one wanting to do Forest Temple right at the end of a seed when you might just get sniped. Yeah, but I'm shit at this game, Carlo. That's the problem. What was it that I did recently? I did like literally like a 10-minute twin rover. Is that during like a practice race? Is my Glunde PD like a long twin rover? I don't know. Okay. Small key in lower adult. Nice for Koari. Is Koari gonna be? No, he's not picking up any more big chests. I think Ink picked that one up. That was just a bomb shoes. Interesting that he was picking them up. Maybe hoping that it was double defense because he's only got 4 hearts. And 4 hearts is a single swipe from the Iron Knuckles and Ganon in the final fight. And you don't want to be in a position dying in those spots. Very sad. Yeah, Ink here doing Forest Temple. Forest Temple is just pretty long. It's what, like 13 minutes? Forest Temple these days? In a regular route that we're seeing here? Wonder if he will 3 key? Potentially. Potentially. Got the hover boots. Quarry in the void. And again. Quarry, you're supposed to be doing this quickly. No, did that in one go. That's harder than it looks. Hitting those angles correct. Oh, Quarry, like looking at these chests with A sword swipe. Interesting. Yeah. All right, Koari, you're on 4 hearts. Nice. Didn't want to get swiped there in an awkward spot. Those iron knuckles sometimes can just play a little bit differently to normal. Sometimes they turn around quickly. Sometimes they hit you in some weird spots. Could you use the FW there from Ink? Yeah, that's pretty fair, Carlo. If you're not going to trust yourself 100% in it, then don't bother. I have a habit of doing the side hop-in strat, and yeah, just being sad anyway. Okay, soon to be decision time here for Koari. Again, wouldn't blame him for going child. You can just do all of the checks, but he's, like I say, he's generally pretty good at these kind of like trick kind of setup moments. He might want to try and do some strats here. And just doing the first one is worth anyway. Also, Ink didn't do 3 key forest. Okay, Koari is doing this trick. So we get to see some glories here. I think that's the wrong way of pushing it, Ink. You want to Koari even? No? He's doing the second one first. Did he just forget that he hasn't done the map chest yet, maybe? Why are you doing the hard one first? Okay! So there's a couple of setups for this. What Koari's going to do, he's going to pick up these silver rupees that turns on this golden torch over here. You can then use the bow to hit 2 of the targets pretty easily. The third one is a pain in the ass because it's behind this wooden wall, this wall here. So you have to wow, he did it first try, but you have to backflip. One of the strats is backflipping, and during the backflip animation, you have like 1 or 2 frames to fire an arrow at the torch, and he made that look really easy. That's actually really fucking hard. Airplay. Unfortunately, it's not the correct one. It's actually the map chest. Let's hope he actually remembers that he needs to do the map chest. Yeah, that's the swaggy quick method. The slow method is, as Nefarian's just said, is the strat that I do, and it's slow, but it's less annoying. And you can actually just pull one of those grey blocks to the torch, and just stand on the block and hit everything. So. But great that we're seeing some content. It's a shame Koari did it the wrong way around. So it was just naturally slower. Yeah, this other strat in this room, this is a lot simpler. You just push this Armos up the stairs, and then you can backflip on the Armos. It's not precise in any way, shape, or form. You just need to hit one of these torches. You can hit the second one as well, or you can just jump down and shoot the second torch through the first torch. But good for Koari that he didn't need to get that child and do the child checks. So that was really helpful. And now he can do Twin Rover. So at this point, Koari is ahead. Without the FBA time anyway, so we might not even need to worry about the FBA time. Koari, well, actually, no, that's not true. If Koari wins, we have to worry about the FBA time. It's if Ink won, we wouldn't have to worry about the FBA time. So if any casuals playing Ocarina of Time, this Twin Rover boss, you can kind of restrict some of the RNG of the witches flying by using the hook shot to stop them flying. It kind of puts them in place. Really one of those quite simple strats that can help you out. Oh, she's right above you. Yeah, Koari's running away. Okay. Might have got blasted from the Ice Witch, who I believe is Kotake. I actually don't know. And you know what? I don't care. Okay, Ink is, I tell you what, Ink is going to be on Phantom Ganon soon. And has the big Goron sword, so Phantom Ganon is a little bit quicker. Ink doing 2 backflips there. You don't need to do 2 backflips. You can just walk off it. Actually, doing 2 backflips is worse because if you do it bad, then you hang off the edge, but you just never hang off the edge if you just continue back walking after the first backflip. Yeah, if this PG doesn't if he doesn't mess around with this PG, it's we're looking at. I don't know actually. Like fucking Twin Rover's slow, man. All these cutscenes. The Phantom Ganon dying cutscene is a little bit long as well, but yeah, he's gonna be. Phantom Ganon can play a little bit weird with the big Goron sword. Yeah, like it's gonna be nothing more than a minute. It's gonna be it's gonna be that minute. This is actually gonna be a pretty close end. To the point that like, well, Koari could mess up. He could die in climb. It's not impossible. So it's even closer. It's like in the like 30-second kind of pool. Koari's got 4 hearts. Could get smashed by a knuckle. That would put Ink in the lead. If Koari Koari wins, then the problem is that we have this like FPA time that Koari's time is actually like the times are weird. The times are weird. It's actually going to be impossible to tell who, because we don't even know whether they started and stopped at the correct points as well. So it's super awkward. So we're just gonna have to. It's gonna be like, well done, it was close. I don't know who won. We'll have to wait for the review. I don't know whether the runners are going to come and have a chin wag after. Hopefully they do. Hopefully they do. We need some good Canadian vibes from Ink to join us. He'll be sitting there with his Tim Hortons and his love for the Toronto Leafs hockey team. Tell you what, I would love some Timbits right now. Okay, here's Gandalf. This is Big Goron Sword, Phantom Ganon, not Phantom Ganon, real Ganondorf. We shouldn't be seeing any problems there. Gym leader's last stand. Oh, haven't we all, Nitharian? Haven't we all? It's happened to the best of us, but they should be able to do it. All right, here he is. The Lord of Darkness himself. Here's the pig. Nice thing about when you kill Ganondorf, you get all your health back. So Koari won't die to a single slice. I think Ink still only has 4 hearts, so he could get sliced and diced. Hey, Ganon is down. He's being blinded. Like, if there wasn't the FBA shenanigans, this would have been like. The closeness of this would have been a little bit more intense, but because we're kind of unknowing what's going to happen following the VAR check. We're not sure. But GG's, Koari. He dead. He gone. And Ink is also going to slice and dice as well, pretty close behind. So we're not even waiting long. So Koari's here. GG's, Koari.
GG's. This'll be interesting.
Yeah. So firstly, let's talk about Ink is here as well. We'll bring Ink in too. Ink, hello.
Hi.
Hello. First questions first. Like, what a boring seed that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt a little bit bad that I went to ice, I guess, but it could have been mirror, so it is what it is, I guess.
Oh, I went to ice and went straight to the song.
Oh, you went straight to the song? Yeah, I did all the checks. Yeah, after that, I nearly last located Bosque. I didn't have a fire source, so I actually decided to go child first instead of doing bow crap, which, unfortunately, because of the it being on that one bow check, it was slower. Whereas if I did bow crap, it would have been faster. So that was also a bit unfortunate.
Okay.
Well, don't worry. Koari did bow crap, but did it in the wrong order. So.
Yeah, because
Okay,
technically, the reason why I did it that way is because technically, even though it's harder, doing the one in Sunblock Room is faster if it's the boss key.
I just thought, like, you could have just said I wanted to show off, and I would have been like, yeah, okay, I agree. So, but yeah, it was on that first one on the map chest. So, I think I would have done what you did, Ink. I think I would have just gone child, and just done it. But then I appreciated the showing off of the bow trick in those rooms. That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you said about going ice. I think you just have to get ice. I think we did talk about it because it could have been horse. Like, it could have been horse to logically cross. And then you could have got Requiem at Colossus, and then it's a Mirror Shield hunt. But what if it's Mirror Shield in ice? Like, I don't know. I think you just gotta... And then you pick up Requiem anyway, and it's like, that's
I picked up
chill.
Epona. I picked up Epona, so I ruled that
Oh,
out.
yeah, you picked up Epona, yeah. You
where
went
was
back
Epona?
to get that.
On Bolero check. A lot next to the magic.
Oh, I never went back to Crater. So, funny thing, I did early adults, did Crater without hovers.
Yeah, same.
And then I never went back.
So you found a second magic, I guess?
Wait. Wait, hold on.
Like, did you find a second magic? Because there was a magic on the Kano.
There is a second magic.
Oh, right, you hate domain.
Yeah, it is hinted.
It was
child
hinted.
domain.
It was hinted.
Yeah, okay. Well, I never got the hint, and two, even if I got the hint, I was not doing it because I found the magic already. So
Okay, yeah.
And I was gonna go for the song no matter what, because it could have been even just like something like Requiem there, and then there's some other like stuff like, oh, Ice Cavern can have a long shot and Colossus can have mirror or something like that, right? So.
Yeah, blue is right. You blew up the hint stone where the domain hint was.
Okay, it wouldn't have helped me anyways.
Yeah, we did think like, oh, like Mel even said, well, Ink hates domain, so even if he had the hint, he wasn't going to do it. And I didn't think
because I was gonna go for the song no matter what because I wanted to confirm if it was Epona's or not.
Yeah,
and might as well get the magic one there.
Yeah, that is fair. You both pretty much did the exact same route. Like you both followed each other. The only small difference was Koari went and did Adult River after getting the SFM song, and then you alternated the final dungeons that you did. That was literally the two differences.
Yeah, fair. I guess we can talk about the whole soft lock because I don't understand what happened there. It's not if it is the latter version, then I'm not sure what could have even caused it at all.
So
Because I've never seen it there ever.
Our assumption and what happened is that you pulled the bottle out when on the ladder, and some interaction with pausing at the time caused that to happen. And I've never seen that before.
I didn't pull out according to like my inputs. I didn't do any input like extra inputs besides the pause.
Okay,
Or
that's
you think,
actually
or you think switching the bottle maybe caused it.
yeah. Or what? Yeah, we'll have to kind of look
That's the
into
only thing
that
I
a bit,
did.
and we've kind of like we've talked about it a little bit. So I don't know if Koari knows or doesn't know. Then, Ink was climbing a ladder in River, and got the ladder soft lock cutscene thing that happened, which I've never seen in that circumstance before, and even I was like massively confused. And it requires kind of like checking over and things like that. So whether it's going to be allowed under FPA or not, I don't really know. But you kind of paused anyway. Whether you were aligned in your timings, even if the FPA is going to be allowed, I think it would be very difficult to say at the moment who won the seed. I think there's a lot of VAR checking and discussion with the orgs and the race mods anyway, to see whether the FPA would be allowed.
Yeah, first it's going to be whether the FPA is valid, and then after that it's going to be the pause timing. Right?
Yeah,
but
the retiming of it.
I think Koari said that his pause, like he didn't see the FPA message until like 3 minutes after. So, but at the same time, you said in the race time chat you think you didn't need the 3 minutes. So I'm not sure.
I did it based
on
chat. I did based on the when the command was called and when I timed my pause.
I see. Here's the thing. I misunderstood. Like I only said keep playing because I don't know if it's covered. So
I did not. I did not keep playing. In fact.
Oh, did you pause all 3? Okay, so I guess it's gonna come down to seconds then, is what you're saying.
Yeah, if the FPA is allowed, it's going to be like identifying like the timings and stuff like that. So it's going to be quite a lot. And also, I want to make sure that you collected all the correct schools there, Ink, as well. You didn't go and collect another school that you shouldn't have done. I'm pretty sure you didn't, but like. And you didn't collect storms in your FPA time as well. You could have collected storms.
I never picked up storms, so I couldn't.
Yeah, you did the storms. You did the storms checks, so you definitely picked up storms.
No. I didn't. I did Jabu and then I collected storms. I didn't. But that was the order I was gonna do it, so I still did in that same order. I wasn't.
Oh, so was it Koari who did the child frogs before?
I never did child frogs.
I did do child frogs, yes.
Oh, okay, right, never mind. Okay, right, scrap that then. Yeah, it was cool. I think there were some really cool moments, including the soft lock. You had to throw a pot at Baronade. That was pretty exciting.
Oh, you ran out of sticks? Oh, damn.
Yeah, but I mean, after after what happened, like I was really shaken up by that, to be honest, and I started just playing bad. For example, I did Deku checks when I shouldn't have.
Yes, we did say that. Yeah, because of the path priority. Yeah.
Yeah, I like thought about it before that, before the soft lock happened, but after it just like threw me off so much. Like I wasn't even thinking about that.
Oh my god, I
and
thought
a few other
I was
things.
gonna lose a lot more time because especially like early game, I was making a lot of execution errors. Minor ones, not major ones, but it was like those seconds add up.
Yeah, the not doing Deku didn't kill you too much because Koari went into the slingshot room to get the skull anyway. So he did do some of that stuff too. Koari, I don't know how you even progressed like a minute into the seed because I think if I had the start you had, I think I would have just turned the game off. I think I would have been done. Like, fallen
Yeah,
into the river and then you side hopped back into the river.
yeah, and then I fall off the stairs in the grave.
Yeah, you both had a. There was like Ink. Did you
So
miss the man on roof jump as well? No, you didn't miss them. It was like
I
jumping
did, I
up to
did, I
the.
did I did the beginning, yeah.
Yeah, the beginning of it. It was like a little bit of a sloppy start.
it was spaghetti all around.
Yeah, yeah, and we also saw uh Ink did all of the schools in DC. We saw an Armos push, so we saw
Oh,
content. So
Yeah.
yeah,
amazing content.
which turned out to be like in the end, like you needed those schools really really quickly. So I think it worked out in the end for you. Ink definitely had a lot more schools. A lot like Ink was about like 5 schools quicker or 5 schools ahead at most points in the seed.
Yeah, I had a feeling that 30 was first hook, and when you have two items like that, you probably want to, especially in beatable only too.
Yeah.
I had to just rush them like crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I agree. Especially in beatable only when the other ones could just be like, there was another bow in forest, but the hook was
Yeah,
on
but that was
30 anyway,
flop.
so you're walking past another bow on 20. So we didn't see. Oh, that was another one of the things. One of the things we were one of the vomiting kind of things is that maybe Ice had like the long shot for spirit key logic. Could have been one of those other things. And then you're looking for mirror again. But we didn't see another hook shot.
And there was a big chest anyway on the silver gauntlet chest, which who knows what those big chests are, because I didn't open any of them.
One of them has a pack of shoes.
Sorry, in Spirit, I did open a couple of them, actually, hoping for a fire source. One of them was a bow.
Yeah.
One of them was was the third bow, and then another one was I think it was like it wasn't plain.
One was a pack of shoes. The one in the mirror room was
It was
a pack of shoes.
Yeah, pack of shoes. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
Yeah.
No idea what the right hand was though.
No.
Nope.
Yeah, we thought we might be getting Vanilla Crossing, and then Ice had the Requiem.
There was also a fourth big chest in Spirit too. I think it was in the bomb room.
Oh yeah, you had a good time in the.
I think both of them were choose.
Oh, both of them were.
I think
choose?
that was choose. I think that was choose as well. Yeah.
You had a good time in the Beamos room as well, Koari. Good good couple of voids in there.
Yeah.
Anyway, we need some giggling. Yeah, the seed was just proper linear. It would have been very very difficult to do anything other than what you guys did. I think the thing I commented on to start with is climbing the mountain in Adult 1. I think I would have gone Child, but I understand the value in climbing, especially when there's a big chest at the top of DMC anyway. So
it wasn't just that. The other thing is I do even if I don't have hook or hovers going into like climbing the mountain. I still actually like to do those DMC checks, just because I've had it be hook and beatable only seeds, especially so many times, like on the ledge or whatever. And I've seen a lot of people get burned by it. So that's one that I just like. Yeah, I'm always doing this. Don't care. But
okay, cool.
Yeah, I guess it kind of worked out because it gave me the magic. To be fair, And I mean, I had to go back I was gonna go back anyway for the summer, so between the two things, it was fine.
Yeah, I think the climbing worked out because you got the strength on the DMT fairy, and we didn't see strength 3, so.
Fair enough, yeah.
Chill. All right. Okay. So we will go under the assumption that probably Koari has won, but we'll wait until everything's settled.
Yeah.
To really find
Wait
out.
for that.
So.
I would not mind a rematch, honestly. Because,
I mean,
you know, ultimately, the prize for the winner is facing Alexis.
Yeah.
Good point. That's something of a prize. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be rough for either of us. It's Alexis, right? But you know, best of 1 in SGL settings. I think either of us have a chance. To be honest.
That being said,
I
I
mean,
did
you beat
almost
Flea.
tell Alexis once in SGL.
I mean, you beat Flea. You did beat Flea, so like that's not a
Yeah,
that's not an easy feat either.
Yeah, but that's only because his buttons were obstructing the strength.
Come on, his fault. He's blind.
Yeah, that's his fault.
Yeah.
All right, okay, let's chill it there. Thanks for Lady Draco for tracking. It was just me. I talked for an hour and 58 minutes. I do it for a living. I talk bullshit for a living. I think I did an okay job. And I guess some thanks has to go towards Ink and Koari for like playing the game.
Yeah, thanks. Well, if nothing happens and Corey gets advanced, I guess I'll see people at SGL Live because I will be going this year.
Let's go.
I will
I believe
also
Corey's
be at
going as
SGL.
well.
Yep. And we have very we have a very special surprise for everyone in regards because back when the last time I was at SGL 2023, we brought frogs, like clay frogs for everyone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and this year we're gonna do something similar. It's just not gonna be frogs, but we are doing something similar this year. Be on the lookout for that if you're going in person.
Oh, wow, let's go.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to look forward to that.
I just went away recently and I opened a pocket in my bag and I found the bookmark that Veva made about 1.5 years ago. So it's just been sitting in that bag for about 1.5 years. So Veva, I have your Red Poe bookmark actually in use now. So there we go. Okay, all right. Let's can it there. Get ready for more SpeedGaming Summer Series content coming your way soon. Lady Draco, hit the button. Get us going. Get us going. We're done. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.